right with Cardi B, not her literally canceling a concert in Saudi Arabia and got those chiefs mad as hell. But Cardi pulled out of a huge festival. They're throwing millions at her. She still refuses to go. And there's rumors that her and Stefon got married. Y'all, let's talk about this because, first of all, the rumors of her and Stefon getting married, how's that even possible? Cardi's not divorced yet. It don't matter if Stefon, I 100% believe that Stefon wants to wife Cardi up. I don't understand why people act like marriage is like the end of the thing. I don't. They can get divorced if it doesn't work out. Second of all, I think Stefon wants what Travis Kelce and who was her name? Taylor Swift have, that celebrity golden football color. I think they want like a fun version of that. And minus the way Travis Kelce hasn't been doing too well since he got with Taylor Swift on the field. But the whole point of the matter, I think he actually does want to become a power couple, a sports couple. I think he wants to get into acting. He wants to get into this. And Cardi can take him where. Cardi right now is one of the most popular artists on the earth right now. And she's about to go on tour. And they got a baby together. I think he 100% will marry her. Now, how long will it last? I don't know. But I think he will 100% marry her. But keep this in mind, though. They might be engaged, it might be whatever, but Cardi is still legally married to Offset. Offset is playing hardball. He will not divorce Cardi until he gets some of her money. I do believe with Offset's debt, he plans to live off of Cardi for the rest of his life. Because at the end of the day, as long as Offset and his mom and his sister always defending his antics, I believe, my opinion, he actually needs Cardi's money now. He needs Cardi's money. The consequences of the actions have caught up and he is going after her money. Anyway, Cardi's not divorced, so how is she going to get married? But let's actually get into, is Cardi okay? Because there was this article floating around about, and it's been verified, that she actually pulled out. Listen to this, okay? They're saying that Cardi pulled out of a Saudi Arabia performance the last minute, okay? They're saying Saudi Arabia's massive MDL Soundstorm Festival, one of the most expensive music events in the world, is scrambling after Cardi B suddenly backed out of her headline performance just days before showtime. The festival is set to kick off in a little under 2 weeks, but insiders say things behind the scenes have turned into pure mayhem. And yes, the Saudis are mad. Now, you know they own half of the entertainment industry and they're doing like whatever. And when I've heard this, I said, maybe they're pulling out for alleged human rights. Maybe she's pulling out for alleged human rights abuses. Cardi is very, very political. She's usually on the right side of politics, right? Maybe it's something like that. But get this. Cardi just had a baby and she's not budging. Again, they said Cardi gave birth, to her fourth son November 4th. And while she originally agreed to perform knowing she'd be fresh out the maternity ward is she's refusing to fly to Riyadh. Organizers thought they could change her mind, but they thought wrong. Sources say the team behind the government-funded festival has been bending over backwards, offering a larger, ultra-luxury private jet, upgraded 5-star accommodations, and a multi-million-dollar hospitality package. But they said Cardi isn't moving. She is planted like a tree. Now get this. They said the festival dropped hundreds of millions and they're panicking. The MDL Soundstorm reportedly spent more than $225 million to secure big names like Calvin Harris, Post Malone, Swedish House Mafia, and Benson Boone. I mean, they're all bops, but I wouldn't fly over to Saudi Arabia just to see them. So Cardi pulling out of this close to showtime is causing a meltdown. And there's a real mess because get this, the festival hasn't even sold out yet. Fans are whispering that the soft ticket sales might be one of the reasons Cardi B doesn't feel the need to go risk traveling overseas so soon after giving birth. Organizers, meanwhile, are pulling their hair out trying to make sense of the situation. And get this, they said Saudi officials are scrambling for a replacement. With barely 12 days left, the team is now on an emergency hunt to find another global superstar to replace Cardi. And with the clock ticking, whoever they book is going to cost a fortune. One insider called the situation a full-on disaster, adding that people behind the scenes are working around the clock to patch up the lineup before the festival kicks off. At this point, Soundstar might meet a miracle or a billionaire with a contact list of full A-listers. If Jay-Z pops up on that stage, here's the thing. There actually might be something actually wrong with Cardi. I'm talking about physically. At the end of the day, I feel like Cardi is so strong whenever she has kids that people often forget. And also, she puts work as motivation. I think this is perfectly normal that a woman that just gave birth, that is practicing round the clock for her tour, is not physically able. I don't know what happened with this new thing where people act like giving birth is nothing. Your pelvis separates, for God's sakes. You push, like, Cardi and her giving birth is a huge thing. And the fact that it's a huge thing. And the fact that, okay, fine, she didn't allow herself time for recovery, but the people that she signed on the festival should have thought, you really come into practice 3 weeks after you give birth. On top of that, we all know that Cardi is a perfectionist. There could be a fact of Cardi does not feel like she is ready to perform. She could feel like her set is not done, right? She could feel like all that stuff, and she knows if she goes and performs in Saudi Arabia and that performance is not up to her perfectionist standards, that might hurt her actual record, her tour sales. Because don't forget, she's going on tour, I think, in February. And that tour is going to gross her enough money that she can retire again for the next 5 years and put out an album and just go to like Fashion Week. So I think it might be a combination. One, she might not feel up to it physically. Two, she might not feel up to it mentally. Three, she might not actually be ready because she can't move around physically, and mentally she just gave birth. Her brain is still rewiring, and she knows if she goes out there and people are going to critique the set if it's not perfect, that's going to hurt her tour sales. So maybe now, while she has the baby, it's a medical excuse to pull out. Insurance will cover the fact that she can't perform, right? Because I'm sure they're going to go after her for damages. The insurance that all artists have will cover the fact that she can't perform because she has a medical excuse. And this gives her more time to get ready to make sure her tour does what it needs to do. I think that's what's going on. But at the end of the day, that woman just gave birth. They should have never signed her. Who can get up and perform 3 weeks after giving birth? Cardi B is strong, but come on. Let that woman rest. Cardi, let yourself rest. I don't understand. We're in this new age where we are literally acting like giving childbirth is nothing, and you can just jump back in to your thing. No. Carrying a child is a beautiful thing, but you need to allow for the pregnancy and also the postpartum, because the pregnancy, the baby's healthy. The postpartum is where the mom mends herself. But anyway, that's just my opinion. What do y'all think? Have y'all heard anything? I think Cardi found a medical excuse not to go, and it's a smart thing. Worry about your tour, because that's what's going to feed your kids for years and generations to come. Anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.